is a teacher of defense. I mean, is he a guy that focuses on technique? I mean, kind of what is his kind of teaching techniques that he uses to really motivate you guys and get you pointed in the right direction, so to speak?
He tried to teach us everything, man. Just like knowing technique wise who we're going against, knowing what the down and distances are, what they like to do. It's just little things he really emphasizes as a coach. He puts us on like what to do. He tells us what to do, and we just got to go out there and study and get to work. And we know we can be successful as Coach Penn has a mind of its own, and as long as they make plays from it.
Well, I've been reading a lot of articles and some insight on the fact of how Zadarius Smith has taken your roommate of training camp, Rashawn Gary, under his wing. Has there been anyone that kind of had taken you under their wing as a veteran, or no?
Pretty much the whole D line, the D tackle group, taking me. They've all been helping me out. They all do a good job of explaining the ways I can get better as a professional. And, like, all those guys are really been really helpful for me. Kenny, Dean, Tyler, those guys, my trainers have been really helpful for me. And they did a great job.
How old are
Well,
you
that's
again,
actually a guy.
Kingsley? How old are you, Kingsley?
Oh, I'm 22.
You're 22. So, okay, two questions. What is it like to have a guy that's only a year older than you be a 4-year veteran? And look, we know that Kenny Clark is an absolute stud from out here. What is it like being up close and personal? Yeah, what's it like being up close and personal, like being able to see him in action as close as you are? It's got to be like nuts because he's 23 years old and he's been in the league 4 years now, and you're 22.
Yeah,
so I mean, you guys can completely relate.
Yeah, they let him in as a baby. So, but yeah, he's a special talent, man. I can see the way he worked from his rookie year all the way to now. He's put the work in. His technique is flawless. His technique is crucial. That's how the way he works at practice. It's amazing to watch. Amazing to see. I'm blessed to be here, be able to set the standard. He sets the standard, and I'm able to just work my way to it.
That's actually a guy I mirror you off of. Is when I actually mentioned this to Jay before. Is the way you and Kenny both get off the line, it's just like a blink of an eye, Kingsley. You guys pop off the line so fast, and it's like the offensive lineman already has to go into a holding technique almost for a penalty to keep you guys in place. I mean, I literally feel like I'm watching Kenny Clark sometimes when I'm watching you off the line because of how quick you get off.
Yes, sir. That's how we work at practice.
This has gotten me more amped for the week against the Vikings.
Look. I hope. When do you guys find out like whether or not you're active? Is that like a Wednesday or the Friday before, or is it just Saturday night? They tell you. Is it something they just drop on you? Do you kind of get an idea as the week's going on with what the game plan is laid down?
You can repeat that question.
I was just wondering when they let you know, well, who's going to be the active 48. Is it like, do you kind of know as the week's going on, they kind of inform everybody, or is it kind of a last-minute thing like a Saturday night?
If you get the call, then you should know what it is. If you don't get a call, then you should be fine.
Oh, so they just kind of call, huh? They don't get...
They call you to come up to the facility.
Okay. So then through the week, they just treat everybody the same. Then that's on the 53. You guys all practice the same, and then they just kind of make that decision and call the 48, and you guys go get dressed, basically, huh?
Yeah.
Now, with you guys playing the Bears last Thursday, after the game, did you get to see any old teammates on the Bears or any players you've always wanted to meet, like meeting up at the middle of the field?
I didn't meet up with him, but I saw him after me. I went to just to see him. He's a great player. So
Oh, yeah. He's been terrorizing the Packers for over a year now.
yeah.
And I cannot believe how fast and big he is with just his size. And then he came from University of Buffalo. Like, everyone wrote him off because he came from a small school to start off with. And Mac was just this physical specimen. And he's turned into the probably best defensive player for this past year and this year.
Yes, sir. It's crazy to see him work, man. That size and explosive he is. It's just like to watch, man. It's beautiful.
Do you have any goals for yourself this season? Like, or are you just kind of a guy that doesn't really set expectations and you just go out there and work and whatever happens, happens? Or do you set goals and really strive to obtain them?
I got some goals, but like it's not like really like set yet because I haven't like touched the field yet. So I'm able to like get on the field and I'll start setting my actual goals. But right now, my goal is just to work hard, and stay in shape, make sure I'm grinding, eating right, and lifting, and staying strong, and just take care of my body. So.
Well, I don't think you have to worry too much because I think you're not going to be sitting on your hands too much longer. I have a feeling there was a game plan, and let me say this: from the way that I feel like we were told before right when the preseason ended, I felt like they went with more of a veteran team going into that hostile territory, and maybe kept some of the younger guys away from that. So I think being at home this week, I'm not a gambling guy, Kingsley, but I would wager a good amount that you're going to get that phone call in the 48 because I think you are an absolute stud in the sub packages as a 3-technique defensive pass rusher that can wreak havoc and really contribute.
Him and Rashawn Gary, I feel like are both going to get the calls.
I am still baffled why you were inactive last week. They have their reasons, but from my opinion personally, buddy, I think you will be able to easily obtain any goals you set for yourself once you hit the field. I don't think you're going to have much of a trouble at all.
I appreciate it, man. I'm just ready for my opportunity. I'm just going to take advantage of it.
Well, you got two backers here at First and Goal Podcast that's behind you all the way, and whatever happens, whatever goes on, we're behind you, brother.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are always going to be one of my favorite people, buddy, no matter whether you're a Packer, which I don't ever see you not being a Packer, but I don't care where you go or what happens. You are always going to be supported by us here and myself, and my daughter's always going to love the hell out of you, buddy. You made her day, and I can't thank you enough, bud. That was just awesome of you, and I really much appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate it. That made a lot for me, man. It made a lot for me. I thank you so much.
You show a ton of character, man. For especially being young, that's awesome. I mean, especially coming in, a lot of these younger players having kind of like coming in from the draft with kind of that ego status. You don't have that, man. You are humble. You got a lot of character, and you're respectful. I mean, you're literally a pro's pro already at a rookie level, and it shows.
For a 22-year-old, I'm highly impressed with you. Talking to you, I've been impressed with you. Your play on the field, you play outside of your age, and I'm glad to see it, and I'm rooting for you. And we are going to have to work on buying 96 jerseys for our whole family around here so that we can wear them on game days to support you.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate it.
Well, is there anything else you want to say to Packer Nation so we can let you get off the phone here and get some rest and peace? Because
We know you're tired,
gonna have
brother.
a busy week, man. So anything you want to say out there to Packer Nation before we get you off the phone?
We need y'all game day, man. Loud as we can go, man. We can get, man. Really, just loud and proud because we're gonna bring energy, and we need y'all behind us. Go Pack, go!
We'll be there.
And we will be watching and rooting and screaming as loud as we can. So you heard it straight out of Kingsley Keke's mouth, guys. Get loud. Stop.
They need you.
They need you. They want you loud. Don't do it when the offense is on there. Get loud when the other team, the Vikings offense, is on there. And Kingsley and the boys are out there wreaking havoc so they can get off the ball and hit that quarterback. Kingsley, we want to thank you again for joining us tonight. We know you're busy.
We appreciate you for your time.
We appreciate your time. We wish you luck. And thanks again for joining us, man. You did a great job once again.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all, man. You have a nice night.
You too,
You
buddy.
too, brother. Go
Thanks
Pack, go.
again.
Have a good night.
Go Pack, go.
Thank you, man.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Yes, sir, baby.
Have a good night, man.
Night, brother. All right, that was Kingsley Keke, the
I love
defensive
that
tackle
kid,
out
man.
of Texas A&M for the Green Bay Packers. I can't say enough about the kid, man. And still, look, I know I said it and we said it 100 times, but it's the damn truth. I don't understand, other than maybe because that's why Lane
The
Taylor
veteran,
started
it makes
over
sense what you
Jenkins.
said, the veteran aspect.
Right, because that's why Jenkins didn't get the start, even though he outplayed Taylor, and Taylor got whooped up on again like we were afraid of.
Leonard Floyd put a hurting on him.
Well, Floyd, Goldman, Robertson, Harris, all of them did. Look, my daughter, I'm going to tell you this right now. My daughter was down here in complete excitement before. She's look, if you guys don't know Lexi, I know you don't know her, but let me just paint this picture. The girl literally is just like her dad, talks all the damn time, and is excitable and hyper as hell. The fact that she was so excited and so shy over the thing and barely talked will just let you know how much that him talking to her meant. She was damn speechless. It was
she
funny.
shaking? She was so happy?
She was sitting on my lap, and I couldn't really hear him, so I'm going to have to listen to it back. But she was just, I couldn't hardly get her to talk. She was just, eyes the biggest.
I could hear her. She was clear.
Well, no, I mean, like, she wasn't normally she's just a chatterbox, man, like mile a minute. And so, yeah, very emotional moment for me over here because, it's my daughter, and that was just awesome, man. But
it shows the character of Kingsley, man. A lot of these vets in the league won't even give the time to, wish a kid happy birthday they don't even know, I mean, he's never met Lexi, and he's taken the time out of his day to wish her a happy birthday. That's a ton of respect.
Tons. And look, I really liked the guy coming out of college before I ever talked to him. I liked him before we talked to him, and we got to see him in, OTAs. Talked to the guy, really liked his intensity. Watched him dominate in the preseason. The more I get to know this guy on the field and talk to him off the field, just like I said, the more doesn't matter now to me if he's a Packer or not. Love him as a Packer because if he's not a Packer, he's going to help some other team someday. But definitely got a fan in our family for life here, man, for sure. He's excellent young man, excellent young guy, and a hell of a football player, might I add.
Yes. I mean, I really wanted to tell him that. He reminds me of Kenny Clark when he plays. The amount of speed and force he comes off that line. As soon as he sees that ball inch, he's in the guard or center's face. That's how quick it is. And he's right there with Adams. He's not that. I mean, he plays just like Kenny. I think Kenny has a little tiny step on him because of how much he's been in the league. But Kingsley, as a rookie, is just killing it. I think
Kingsley doesn't have any pass rush moves yet. That's the scary thing. He's doing this with basically just a grab and shuck technique, and he's still
just wait till he gets Kenny or
he'll get a couple
Gary
of pass rush
or
moves, and I tell you what, the sky's the limit. Now, I will say this. One thing that I heard out of him that was interesting when we asked about the locker room and stuff, the difference between he said it was more fun now than in the preseason. Can you imagine that with all the crap that's out there about all this stuff that's been going on, all